James Martin was back on Saturday with a fresh batch of recipes and guest chefs. Matt Willis was also welcomed onto the ITV program to enjoy some of James' dishes. However, one segment turned a tad chaotic when the presenter poked fun at his guest Paul Ainsworth, who is a regular face on the program. James made a joke that Paul would replace him as the show's presenter. He later went on to poke fun at his guest, telling him, "You weren't invited on the show." During Atul Kochar's cooking segment, Paul and James watched on while he whipped up a fish dish. "Have I got enough clams here because I am getting bored of this?" James said to Atul. "Have you got enough?" However, the 50-year-old soon grew concerned there wasn't going to be enough food for him to try the dish. "Do you want me to get you to a room?" he joked. "I feel like I am the piggy in the middle of this." Paul burst out laughing as the guest chef asked, "Paul, how many do you want? 4 prawns? Don't be shy on them scallops as well," Paul replied before James weighed in, "I am here as well, you know. I quite fancy something to eat as well." "I forgot," Atul replied before taking a swipe at James, "I was told this was Paul Ainsworth's show." "He keeps reminding himself of that every time he comes here," James explained. "So what happened? Did you open the gates and Paul barged in?" the guest chef asked. "Has not invited," James joked as Paul added, "him not even on the billing today." Later on in the program, Paul made an apple and frangipane slice for James. He also required the presenter's help by asking him to spin some sugar to decorate his dessert. James took the opportunity to take a cheeky swipe at Paul by pointing out he wasn't invited onto the show. "You sticking around for the rest of the show?" the chef asked as Paul joked, "I wasn't even meant to be here, I snuck in." Despite the chaotic segment, fans loved seeing the banter between James and Paul. Suan Broadbent on Twitter, "Bitchy loving the chemistry between and the food at James Martin Chef and at Paul Ains 6rth are making today." Richard Jones said, at @James Martin spinning sugar, "It's like being 25 again, thank you at Paul Ains 6rth for making it happen lol. I love watching at James Martin Chef on a Saturday morning. I especially like it when at Paul Ains 6rth is on. Great chemistry between them. My only gripe is that Paul is always happy and that is not acceptable," user @punter_armchair added. James Martin's Saturday Morning returns next weekend at 9:25 a.m. on ITV.